Hi, and welcome to your first piano lesson. Whether you're a complete beginner or an experienced player looking to brush up on the basics, this lesson is for you. The first thing we're going to learn are the numbers of the fingers. The fingers on a pianist's hands are numbered 1 through 5, with the thumb being number 1, the pointer number 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next thing that you need to know is the layout of the piano keyboard. There are 88 keys on a standard piano. Don't worry if your piano has less than 88 keys. It's okay, you can still do this lesson. The black keys are divided in two groups of 2 and 3. Middle C is the first key in front of a group of 2, anywhere on the piano. This is C, this is C, this is C. Middle C is right in the middle of the piano, possibly between your two knees. Once you've found it, place your right thumb on middle C. Okay, now that you've found middle C and know your finger numbers, it's time to start playing. The very first thing that you're going to learn is finger exercises from the famous book of Hanon finger exercises. We're going to learn the very first exercise. You don't need to know how to read music to learn this exercise. You don't need to know the notes of the piano. You don't even need to know how to read to play this exercise. It's going to strengthen your hands and it's going to teach you how to play with an economy of motion, which is the most critical thing that you need to learn when you first start out. So here's how the exercise is played. Put your thumb on middle C, then skip the next note, and with finger number 2, play the next note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back down, 4, 3, 2, and then you put 1 right there on the note that you skipped. Skip the next note and go back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Skip the next note. Do you see the pattern? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way up. You can go from the bottom of the piano to the top of the piano just playing this exercise, and you'll stop this time when your thumb plays again C. Now that you know the notes, let's talk about how you're going to play these notes. Your goal is to achieve an economy of motion. I want you to only move the bare minimum of your fingers when you play each key. Relax. This means no funny movements, no silly extra movements. Don't dangle your thumb or lift your pinky when it's not being played. Relax your shoulders. Relax your elbows. Relax your face. In fact, try not to play with your fingers at all and move from the wrist. Don't use your muscles to curve your fingers. In fact, let's try this. Take your hand off to the piano and hold it down beside you. Just completely dead weight. You see how it naturally curves? Now bring it back up to the piano. Drop it back down again. Now bring it back up to the piano. Let's play that C again. Now don't play it with your thumb knuckle. Don't use your whole thumb to play. You're just going to use that little spot where the corner of your thumbnail touches your thumb. Yes, right there. And then use your wrist to play the notes. You see how my wrist is moving? But I'm not actually playing them. My wrist is playing them. My fingers are just falling onto each note. So relaxed, so calm, so peaceful. The last thing I'm going to go over is why. Why is it so important to relax when you're playing the piano, to the point that I'm focusing your entire first lesson on relaxation? Well, number one, when your hands are stiff, your music is going to sound rigid. Number two, when you use your teeny tiny muscles to push the keys, you'll eventually cramp up and be unable to practice for very long, not long enough to get good at your instrument or to play a 2-hour-long concert. When your hands and fingers are stiff, you're susceptible to repetitive strain injury and carpal tunnel syndrome, which could keep you out of the game forever. Also, when you use your wrist, elbow, and shoulder to create the sound, you have so much more freedom to control your dynamics and speed. The quality of your sound will be infinitely better. Finally, when you touch the piano like a sensual lover or you're petting a cat with such a soft, wonderful, relaxed touch, it doesn't cause you any tension or pain. You experience your mind, body, and instrument connected as an integrated whole, and that's when the magic happens. Well, that's it for our first piano lesson. I hope you found this introduction to piano playing helpful. Keep practicing. The more you practice, the easier it will get. Please subscribe, and if you have any questions, leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. See you next lesson.